Well, hello everyone. I'm going to do this a little bit differently, but I know I haven't been on YouTube in a while, so I wanted to do this for the little survey that I put out for everybody because I have very interesting results, and I just thought it would be easier to do it this way. So, the categories were career and finances, love and relationships, health and wellness, I need help with everything, or I need help with nothing. So the clear winner was health and wellness, which didn't surprise me because a lot of people are really thinking about their health right now. There's a lot of things going on, and there's a lot of changes going on, and with food being at higher costs and stuff like that, it's like, what can you do to actually stay from getting sick and staying off medications, and or if you're on medications, how do you care for yourself or try to make your way back to better? So there's a lot going on with health and wellness right now. So there was 6 of all the people there was 6 for health and wellness. So career and finances came in next, and then everything, and then love and relationships, and there was none for nothing. You guys all need help in different areas, but mostly it was for health and wellness. So here's how I'm going to run the reading. For health and wellness, we actually use just the major arcanas. So I am going to use just the major arcanas, and there are 22 of them. And actually the first one is the Fool. It starts at 0. So it's, but there's 22 cards altogether. And each one has like a different meaning for health. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to pick a soul card first, and just to like balance out the reading. But remember, this is for the collective. I'm going to like clarify it just a little bit, but it's for the collective. So, you can't put too much stock into like what I'm saying. If it resonates with you, we can do a reading and get you a little bit further down the road with it, or maybe I can help you out. Maybe I might put a special out for like a, a natural health consultation with people. I'll talk about that at the end. After that, I'm going to pull one card for each of the other categories, but I think I'm going to elaborate in other videos with them later. I'll do separate videos for all the rest of them. And then I'm going to pull an Angel Reiki card at the end just for a little guidance. So let's get started. All right, so I'm going to pick a soul card first just to kind of like balance us out a little bit here, or just get a base for the reading. What our souls are craving for. What do our souls want? What do our souls want? The collective soul. Everybody. What do we want? What's the common ground? Radiance. And that's that's a great one to have for a health reading. Oh, don't mind my finger, you guys, it's broken. Which is another great thing to have for when you're doing a health reading. Yeah, I gotta go get it fixed. But anyway, radiance. And it shows this tower. I am a radiant reflection of God's light. And it shows this tower with a heart on it. So, this is about like your inner self shining. When we talk about radiance in health, it's about like that comes from within. Like we always say, when people have glowing skin and like, and this, and like when your eyes are clear, it means you're healthy on the inside. So, yeah, there's something to be said about when you glow. When you show yourself to the world and you're glowing, it means you have confidence. It means you feel good. You're well rested. So all of these things would contribute to that. And it's just really interesting how like on the bottom of the lighthouse is the tumultuous waters. And the tumultuous waters always represent like stresses, like emotional stress or emotional turmoil. And I think we're going to see that come up somewhere in this reading, that I think one of the major problems that people are going to be having around their health is that they're stressed out. And, stress can cause so much inflammation in the body, which is kind of the precursor to all disease processes. So you really got to like make time to counter that a little bit, but I'm going to keep going with the reading. I'm going to pick our major arcanas now and see what comes out. The health for the collective. What does everybody need to know about their health? What does everybody need to know about their health? First, we have the Hangman. I'm going to pick 3. Then we have the Magician, and that's the one that's that's the one that's the stress card. The Magician is the stress card. Overthinking, like, and then you have the World. So very interesting. Let's see what's under the deck. The Lovers under the deck. Lovers can always represent like the relationship with yourself. It's about relationships, a relationship with others, your relationship with yourself. What you're actually, it can even mean like just to go into, you know, of course for love relationships, but also with finances. It could be your relationship with finances. It just talks about a relationship in some way. But I think for this, since we're talking about health, I think it's more representing here your relationship with yourself. Like, how are you getting along with yourself? How is everything going with yourself? But let's start with the Hangman. And yes, I do cheat. I do use cheater notes with this because I just cannot remember all of them. There's a lot of information for each. So let's go to the Hangman. Okay, so the Hangman, not so positive. Physical weakness due to mental attitude. Low self-esteem. Apathy. Dizziness. Back pain. Leg issues. Joint issues. look at the, you know, the way she's like holding where her legs are and stuff on this. So yeah. So yes, all of these things, and like, look, like it just represents so well, like back pain, look, their legs being like, and her enlightenment, look at where she is. She's like, you know, head down, trying to gain enlightenment. So I think like what this is really trying to show us here is that you need to kind of start working on your self-esteem. Once your self-esteem, and again, these two cards going together. And then underneath that was the Tower, which is like, you know, something catastrophic can happen here. You know, if you don't start working on this, the devil energy, get out of this toxic energy. Because if you don't get out of this toxic mindset, and I'm telling you, the Magician is going to say almost the same thing. If you don't get out of your toxic mindset and you don't start building yourself up a little bit or find ways to be more positive in your life, to find things that are more positive in your life, it's going to start to hinder your health a lot. It's really going to start to affect your health. And, you know, now is like the time to just take care of it. If we bring the Magician in, because I just want to right now, it is about overthinking, tension, stress, anxiety. You know, you have to like watch out for heart conditions when you start thinking like this. Like all of this is like negative thinking. So if you could start taking your time to think about what actually has happened good in your life. I think most of us spend a lot of our time thinking about the things that are going wrong and the things that are bad and the things we have no control over, and, you know, what is actually hindering us on a daily basis. And we leave behind the things that are good. And, you know, there's always this like the gratefulness journeys, and write down what you're grateful for. I might be doing this thing called spirituality reality, where, you know, you could do that till you're blue in the face sometimes, but if it doesn't have like meaning to you, I think it's a better exercise to think back on things that you really enjoyed at the time you were doing them. So something that's really enjoyable to you, something that really gave you, you know, like blew you up a little bit, like, you know, gave you that glow, gave you that radiance. What does it? And then start looking into, am I eating right? Am I, you know, like, what other steps can I take action on my own health? Because that becomes a problem too. You start to feel stuck. You just start to feel stuck, and then you just like don't know which way to turn, or you don't have enough time or money to take care of the things that need to be taken care of. So if you go within, you start going within, you avoid the catastrophe. Start working on your inner self, because you know it better than anybody what it actually is that's going on inside of you, what comes up, especially if you're in anxiety or depression. From what triggers you? Because if you know what triggers you, you can start to work on it. You need the awareness. That's the first thing. I always call it like the snap of the rubber band. Like as soon as you start to notice what actually gets you into that state, and you start to realize what part of your body you're acting from, because I'm getting all third chakra with this right now. So, third chakra is about your sense of self, just your sense of self. Your third chakra, your heart, where are you where is your radiance? Where do you radiate from? Because if you don't know, you need to start working on that. You need to start finding that out. All right. So let's go to the world, and the world card represents the end of a cycle or a completion. So usually when we have the world card, it means that like you can bring something to an end right now, or you can start working on it. Yeah, it's the balance between mind, body, and spirit, and complete recovery. So just this small reading of what spirit is telling us to do, just is that if we take the time to look at some of these things and find our triggers, we will come to a completion with it. We will come to an end. It will bring in balance, but it's time to look. It's time to just start looking at it. And it's funny, and I was going to do clarifiers on these, but I don't think they need a clarifier. I think it's pretty clear what is trying to be stated here. Start taking your action into in order to have good health, your mind, your body, and your spirit have to be in sync with each other. So if your mind is in like this negative place all the time, your body is now reacting and acting up and giving you a hard time. And your spirit is going, where's my radiance? I'm trying to be radiant. What's going on with the rest of you guys? So this is about like aligning your spirit. Like, where does that radiance, what makes that radiance come forward? And like I said, I think instead of trying to do mantras, and instead of I'm going to start hitting on this stuff a lot, about what really works in the spiritual realm, when you're doing spirituality work, or when you want to work from a more holistic point of view. We've been handed a lot of myths over the years for marketing reasons, and I could tell you I've been able to kind of dismantle a lot of it. But so I'm going to start adding some of this stuff in, maybe doing a little bit more of these YouTube videos like this, about the whole thing for the collective. But I'm still kind of a work in progress right now. That's another thing that's going on. We're getting these amazing downloads. Just from higher sources, and trying to raise our frequency way up. So if you've been feeling like hell lately, it's because you're kind of, you're there. It's like this energy is entering into us, and it is just making us feel like we're gonna explode somehow, or it's very it makes us feel very tense, or you can get tingles, you could be losing sleep, you could be all this weird stuff is going on. But or being just very tired from day to day. And I find it just lifted a little bit today, so we may be coming into the clear a little bit more with it. But this is a download. Spirit is trying to get us up higher, and you can't get there if you're constantly oh my God, I feel like hell, or my health is falling apart, or my So there's a lot of things here that are coming to light. And, but you need to start taking heed of it personally. So if you haven't been feeling good, and you do have a major health issue going on, start looking within about where is the core root of that. And it's work that I also do with people if you ever want to do a session around that. But this is very important. This comes in at a very important time. when the planet is just trying to raise its frequency in general. If anybody who's like a fellow light worker or anything like that, like we are really being tested right now. We are really being like given this download that is like high intensity energy, and it's to just like get out of us anything that doesn't belong anymore. So it's very emotional at times. And then, you know, but like I said, I've been doing the work with all of these downloads. So now today I'm feeling like much better, much calmer, much higher energy. Like, so we're coming into a clear. But if you're experiencing some of these things, this could be what's going on. I'm going to pick just a guidance, an angel guidance card on this, just to a little starting point on where to begin, because you know, it's really something, and, you know, it has a positive message here that we will be able to come to a conclusion with this. You start working on it. So let's get the angel card. Reveal the true you. Express your truth. Peel back the mask. Stop hiding. Wow, if that's not significant. Just showing your true self. Showing your radiance. Definitely going to bring it out. It's definitely going to make you shine a little bit more. So, very interesting read, you guys. And, you know, like I said, I will probably be offering some kind of natural health consultation to people if you need a little help getting started around this. Or, you know, I also do thorn supplements. So if anybody's ready to start using supplements or needs to know about supplements, we could do that. And I could get you a great discount on pharmaceutical grade supplements. They're amazing. They're very good. And, you know, so you can start, you have to take an action. You have to take an action. If you're telling me, if you're filling out a little survey online and you're telling me your health needs to be addressed, you need to start taking action now. All right? All right. Let's get to the next one, which was career and finances. Now, I'll pick 2 cards for this, but again, this does go, it also, you know, just coincides with the relationships with yourself. Like money actually flows where there's, you know, the least amount of resistance. Death, the death card, death and rebirth. You have to start rethinking how you're doing things. You have to, and the energy is here to do it. The death card coming in is saying, like, you are in a space right now, or we are all in a space right now, to manage our finances and get it done in a way that's going to work out for us in the future. Things have to be changed. Just as the world and prices and things are, and everything around us is changing, you have to change the way you handle your finances. You have to do it. It's just something that needs to be done. And you have to start like thinking through, what do I need? What do I not need? Some things have to just be left behind right now, because you have to make the best of like getting through this transitional period of time. And the Hermit, and funny, 2 major arcanas came out for this. And again, the Hermit, taking a little time just with yourself and with your significant others who are also, you know, responsible for some kind of thing, something financial in your life. Or do I need to change career? Do I need to find something else that's going to work better for me that I'll be happier in? Sometimes even if you are in a job that you don't like, but you can find something that you'll like a lot much better, that you'll like a lot more, but it's less money. Sometimes you're better off taking that job. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. All I'm saying is from a spiritual level, you'll feel better. And once you start to feel better, you'll find money will come from other sources. We have to stop thinking that money's just coming through the paycheck. Money can come from other sources. We save money and we get gifts from things all the time that is related to money. If you find that your career is suffering a little bit, you know, it's time to maybe look at this thing. Oh my God, look, the energy under the deck is the High Priestess. This is 3 major arcanas that came out in just this one little read. So yeah. And a funny Queen of Cups underneath that, and then the Three of Pentacles, which is find something you love, find something you're good at. What can you offer that will also help everybody else? So this is like a gift to the collective as well. And make a new start. Like, you have to just like get started. I think a lot of this stuff, it's funny because I find a lot of times that I do like readings or health consultations with people, I'll find that they already know what to do, or they already know what the problem is. It's just getting to that next step. Because if you can't get to the next step, you stay in this stuck mode, and you're like, just kind of chasing your tail a little bit. So that's all I'm going to do right now for finances. But I think it's going to all fall kind of in the same plane, that like you just got to get going. You just got to make a move. Let's go to everything. Those who need help with everything. Let's see. 2 cards. I picked 2. 10 of Cups, 2 of Swords. All right. Decisions need to be made. You guys just really need to decide on what's important to you and what's not. What's emotionally upsetting you? What are you closing your eyes to? Acting like it's not there. Trying to figure out, like, where I should begin, but usually the place to begin is like looking you right in the face and you're just not seeing it, or not wanting to see it. But you have to kind of like make a move towards the joy. Again, this is all the same message. Make a move, take the action. And here you go. Right on the bottom of the deck, the Knight of Pentacles and the Fool. That's perfect. Like, I can't make this up. So the Fool, this is the first card in the for the major arcanas. Just taking a leap of faith, just doing something in the direction that you want it to go, and then just take the action and move slowly. Take small steps, one step at a time. You don't have to figure it all out at once. It doesn't have to be, I think that's what happens, the mindset. Like, you just start to get, and there's your health. Then it goes right back to health again. So when you start getting in the mindset of, this is too much, I can't handle it, and like, I don't know what to do first, I don't know where to begin, I don't know what to do. Here you go. Your shine starts to diminish because now your soul is like, wah, wah, wah. We can't do any of this. And it's just not the way you want to be doing it. You have to reveal your true self. Reveal your true self. Take the mask off. What do you really want? And it's so funny because people have such a hard time with that. Like, just actually getting to what, this is what's important to me, and I'm going to put my focus there, and I'm not going to worry about what everybody else thinks or what I got to do. Like, everything else will happen when it's supposed to happen, or things will get done the way they're supposed to get done. Even the fact of like, when this comes to like, sometimes people are so, you want to be so helpful to others that you completely ignore yourself, and then you're enabling others. So and then it doesn't, if something doesn't work out, oh, I told them to do this, but it is their journey. People need to take their own lumps. That is a journey of life. You can't learn from things if you don't allow it. I say this a lot to parents when they're like, they want to do readings about their kids. And I'm like, that's not where the reading belongs. The reading belongs to you. You have to find out you. You have to figure out what you need. Like, once your needs are taken care of, your kids will be fine. Your kids are going to have to make mistakes and take their lumps. Like, that's how they're going to grow up. That's how they're going to grow. That's how they're going to be able to be challenged in life and know how to handle it. Like, you got to let them have it. But, it's the same thing here. If you start trying to take over everybody else's time or life, I'm sorry, I got a hair on me. It's driving me nuts. You're taking away from your own journey. So it's time to start. Yeah, that Fool card came out, so that was funny. And for the last one here, love and relationships, because there's just so much that could come. Like love and relationships, it's just about all the same thing. Really, you have to be looking at yourself. You have to really just be looking at yourself. So I'm going to pull a healing mantra card for that. So something that you can just start paying attention to for love and relationships in your life. Integrating the ego. Everything is for me, not against me. So that's an interesting one too, because, we're back to, I know this is going to be backwards on the screen, but everything is for me, not against me. And I think in the health reading, I was just talking about, start thinking about the good times in your life. When you want to go back into memories, or when you want to get a feeling of what gives you joy, what makes you happy, think of the times that happened to you, not that you're sad that you're not getting it right now. Like, see how you have to switch that perspective over a little bit to get it clear, like to get into that energy, to get into your higher self. Next card here was embodying my soul. I have a right to be excited. The cards are very much in sync with me right now. I have a right to be excited. So yes, that's another great mantra to have. And I'll just pull from the bottom of the deck. Feeling is a power that helps me heal. So polishing my heart. Feeling is a power that helps me heal. Okay. So those are your three mantras. Or things just to start working on. Like, when you're trying to talk about love, there's so much that goes with that. You can't get to a relationship until you're clear on yourself. It's just that simple. You're just going to keep bringing in patterns of past relationships, and then you meet somebody, but it's like you start to get all caught up in this is what happened last time, and it's kind of like Spirit is asking for the clean slate, and you just being you, and it like believing that it will be different this time. Now, I always say you got to kiss a couple frogs when you're learning. You'll learn on that journey, but you'll still get to that journey. I'm going to pick one last card here, just for an overall guidance for us all, please. Just an overall guidance for us all. Wow. All right. It wanted 3. It gave me 3 cards. We have deep stillness, meditation, enter the void, awaken within an inner space. I'm supposed to color these cards. I never did. So deep stillness. Make sure you get that time to really go deeper into yourself. If you can't get down to a place where you can just be with you with no distractions around you, this is what makes this much harder, because you're letting in too much of everybody else's energy, cloud your judgment on what you need to do for yourself. World Bridger, you are multi-dimensional, bridge to the spirit, death and rebirth. I swear to God it says that. Death and rebirth. And that came out for career and finances, right? So very, very interesting. You're a bridge to the spiritual. You're multi-dimensional. That's what I was saying. The money can come from anywhere. It just needs the flow. Look at the flow. Look at the, there's flowers. This isn't even like Metatron's cube there going into the future. She has wings. She's just ready to fly. And reverence. Honor the sacred living prayer, presence in nature. Presence in nature, so important to your health. I mean, we've been having here on the East Coast, I don't know where everybody's coming from, the most beautiful, fantastic weather, and for getting out in nature, and you know, we're getting into the summer now. Ground yourself. I have a grounding mat on my bed. I just bought one for my parents too. So it brings down the inflammation. It helps your mood. It helps you sleep better. If you can't get outside during the course of a day and get your bare feet on the ground for at least 10 minutes, buy a grounding mat. It would be very beneficial to you. I could put a link to one that I've been buying, and they always have good sales on it too. But yes, you must connect with Mother Nature. You must connect. All right, you guys. Well, I am going to leave this here. I hope you enjoyed that. I think I'm going to do some more. Let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe to me. Let me know if you'd be interested in a natural health consultation to get you going. And we'll take it from here. Take care.